Ever wondered which US state has the most ghost towns? Or which one is home to an actual town called No Name? Well, buckle up because we're about to embark on a journey filled with strange and surprising facts about each of the 50 states. We'll uncover the odd, the unexpected, and the downright bizarre. From the deserts of Nevada to the forests of Vermont, every state has a story to tell. Get ready to explore the United States like never before. Starting our journey in Hawaii, the 50th state, we find ourselves amidst a handful of peculiarities. First off, did you know that the Aloha state has its own time zone, Hawaiian Standard Time, and does not observe daylight savings? That's right, no springing forward or falling back here. Secondly, it's the only state that grows coffee commercially, so your morning brew might just have a touch of Hawaiian sunshine. Lastly, it's illegal to own a pet hamster in Hawaii. The state has strict animal importation laws to protect its unique ecosystem. Moving to our 49th state, Alaska, we uncover 3 more unusual facts. Alaska is the only state that can be typed on one row of a standard English keyboard. Try it out for yourself. Next, the state has over 3 million lakes. That's more than the rest of the US combined. Lastly, Alaska is the only state name that you can spell using a single line of Scrabble tiles. Quite a score, wouldn't you say? In the heart of the Midwest, we find the 48th state, Arizona. Arizona is home to the original London Bridge. It was disassembled in London and reassembled in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Also, Arizona doesn't observe daylight saving time, joining Hawaii in that unique trait. Lastly, the state's official neckwear is the bolo tie. You've got to appreciate that southwestern flair. When it comes to the 47th state, New Mexico, we find that it boasts the world's largest hot air balloon festival, the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. Moreover, New Mexico is the only state with an official state question, red or green, referring to the preferred type of chili. Lastly, it's home to more PhD holders per capita than any other state. Finally, we land in Arkansas, the 41st state. Arkansas is the only U.S. state that actively mines diamonds. Also, it's illegal to mispronounce Arkansas while you're in Arkansas. And lastly, in the small town of Alma, they claim to be the spinach capital of the world, even erecting a statue of Popeye to prove it. Just when you thought you knew these states, they surprise you, don't they? Scene script. Next up, South Dakota, the 40th state, home to the world's only corn palace. That's right, a palace made of corn. This architectural marvel is redecorated each year with naturally colored corn and grains. And did you know South Dakota also has more miles of shoreline than the state of Florida? Thanks to its numerous lakes and reservoirs, it certainly does. Lastly, let's not forget the famous Strangest motorcycle rally, where 500,000 bikers descend upon the city every year, outnumbering the local population by nearly 60 to 1. Moving on to the 39th state, North Dakota. Here, it's illegal to lie down and fall asleep with your shoes on. Talk about a bizarre law. And in the town of Rugby, you'll find the geographical center of North America. Lastly, this state grows more sunflowers than any other state. Who would have guessed? Next, we have Nebraska, the 38th state. It's home to the world's largest porch swing in Hebron, where 25 adults can swing together. Also, Nebraska has more miles of river than any other state, and it's the birthplace of the Reuben sandwich, a delicious concoction of corned beef, cheese, sauerkraut, and Russian dressing. Colorado, the 37th state, is home to the world's largest natural hot spring swimming pool, located in Glenwood Springs. It's also the only state that lies entirely above 1,000 feet, and it has the highest paved road in North America, reaching up to 14,130 feet on Mount Evans. Next, we have Nevada, the 36th state, famous for its extraterrestrial highway dedicated to frequent UFO sightings. It's also the driest state in the nation, and surprisingly, it's illegal there to drive a camel on the highway. Yes, you heard that right. Finally, we reach California, the 31st state, which is the birthplace of the fortune cookie. It also has the tallest, oldest, and largest trees in the world. And guess what? More turkeys are raised in California than in any other state in America. Bet you didn't see some of these facts coming. Moving on to Wisconsin, the 30th state. Did you know that Wisconsin is known as the Badger State? But no, it's not because of an abundance of badgers. The name actually comes from lead miners in the 1820s who were said to live like badgers in dugouts and caves. Next, we have California at 29th. It's the most populated state in the US, but did you know that if it were a country, it would have the 5th largest economy in the world? That's right, it surpasses the United Kingdom. At 28th, we find Minnesota. The state of 10,000 lakes actually has more than that. In fact, it has almost 12,000 lakes. Talk about an underestimation. The 27th state, Florida, is not just known for its alligators. It's also the only place in the world where alligators and crocodiles coexist in the wild. Moving to Texas, the 26th state, we find that it's the only state to have the flags of 6 different nations fly over it. They are Spain, France, Mexico, the Republic of Texas, the Confederate States, and the United States. Next up, at 25th, we have Arkansas. Believe it or not, it's illegal to mispronounce the state's name while within its borders, so make sure you say it right. Arkansas. Iowa, the 24th state, is home to the world's largest strawberry. It's a massive 15 feet tall and was built in the 1960s as a testament to the town's strawberry farming history. Missouri, the 23rd state, is known as the Show Me State, but no one really knows why. Some say it's because Missourians are skeptics and need to be shown evidence before they believe anything. At 22nd, we have Maine. It's the only state in the U.S. that shares its border with only one other state. It's also the closest U.S. state to Africa. Finally, we come to Illinois, the 21st state. Did you know that the world's first skyscraper was built in Chicago in 1885? It was a whopping 10 stories high. Some of these states keep their secrets well hidden, don't they? Scene script. Next in line, Mississippi, the 20th state. Did you know that Mississippi is the birthplace of the teddy bear? That's right, it's all thanks to a hunting trip that President Theodore Roosevelt took part in. The state also holds the world record for the largest jigsaw puzzle, and the eerie ghost town of Rodney, once a bustling port town, now stands as a silent testament to the passage of time. Moving north, we land in the land of 10,000 lakes, Minnesota, the 19th state. Minnesota is home to the largest ball of twine rolled by one person, a testament to human tenacity, and maybe a little bit of eccentricity. It's also the birthplace of the stapler and the land where waters meet, as it's the origin of the Mississippi River. Next, we have Illinois, the 18th state. The Windy City, Chicago, was the site of the world's first skyscraper. The state also gave birth to the ice cream sundae, and in a twist of fate, it's illegal to fall asleep in a cheese shop in Illinois. Moving to the 17th state, Ohio. This state boasts the first ambulance service and the first professional city fire department. And would you believe it? Ohio is the birthplace of 7 U.S. presidents. Next, we have Alabama, the 16th state. Here it's illegal to wear a fake mustache that causes laughter in church. The state also holds the record for the most bear attacks and, in a twist of irony, the world's largest office chair. On to the 15th state, Kentucky. Home to the world's largest cave system, the birthplace of Abraham Lincoln, and surprisingly, it's also illegal to dye a duckling blue and offer it for sale unless more than 6 are for sale at once. Lastly, we reach New York, the 11th state. Known for the Statue of Liberty, it's also home to the first pizzeria in the U.S. and the world's largest kaleidoscope. These states sure know how to keep us on our toes. Finally, we reach Virginia, the 10th state, where you'll find the world's only oyster museum. Yes, you heard that right, an entire museum dedicated to oysters. Moving on to number 9, New York, where the Statue of Liberty's index finger is a whopping 8 feet long. Imagine how big the rest of her must be. Next up, North Carolina, the 8th state, is home to the world's largest zoo, spread over a vast 14,000 acres. We then come to Rhode Island, the smallest state, yet it has a coastline longer than California's due to its numerous bays and inlets. In the 6th position, we have Massachusetts, where basketball and volleyball were invented, but not baseball, contrary to popular belief. Delaware, the first state to join the Union, surprisingly has more corporations than people. And there we have it, a whirlwind tour of the United States. Among all the facts we've uncovered, some stand out as particularly shocking. Who would have thought that Kansas has a town named after a game of chance, or that Arizona boasts about its ghost towns with pride? And let's not forget that Ohio is the birthplace of 7 presidents, not 4 as commonly believed. From ghost towns to unusual town names, the United States is full of surprises. Thanks for joining us on this journey.